Thanks for visiting us this morning at arklatexhomepage.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Monday morning forecast update. We do have a number of weather issues on the way through Wednesday. First thing, we do have a flash flood watch that's in effect through Wednesday evening, and also the potential that we do see some strong to severe thunderstorms today and maybe again on Wednesday, and the rain will be fairly relentless between now and at least Wednesday evening for most locations. So one of those days you definitely need an umbrella, and likely to see some flash flooding setting up here in the upcoming days. We do have a cold front which is kind of pulled south across the region. It did bring some heavy rain late last night and this morning across the I-30 corridor, and this front will continue to sag to the south a little bit, and for the next few days it's just going to wobble back and forth like a rolling pin over the Arklatex and kind of generate these rain showers and thunderstorms that we're seeing. So again, at the moment we do have quite a few showers and thunderstorms ongoing, and this is not likely going to change much today. You can see the rainfall accumulations that we've had already, about an inch or two of rain up along the I-30 corridor, and again the heavier totals will start to shift south here down towards I-20, Marshall, Shreveport, over towards the Minden area as we continue through the morning and through the night and into tomorrow as well. So here's a look at the temperatures. Since we do have a cold front out there, it's kind of a tricky temperature forecast for the next few days. Most of us starting out in the 50s and 60s this morning. We do have a north wind which is pushing some cold air in north of I-30. The rest of us kind of seeing that warm south wind, and as the front continues to pull to the south today, it will set up a pretty big spread in temperatures, about 20 degrees north to south across the region. So most of us will be in the 60s. There will be a few locations in the 70s, and even north of I-30, Idabel over towards the Queen, you may top out in the 50s today. Wouldn't be surprised, maybe even Texarkana in the upper 50s later this afternoon. What's happening with the weather pattern, we've got a big upper level low that's spinning off the Southern California coastline here, and it's a very slow mover. So anytime we get a setup like this where you get a slow moving low that's going to spend a few days back to the west there, it does churn up the heavy rainfall for us. So that's what we're looking at. But also today, you saw the temperatures will be in the 70s south of I-20, enough warm air that we may see a scattered severe threat develop a little bit later, especially south of I-20. The threat here will mainly be for a high wind, but there is the potential that we could see a few tornadoes, and that would mainly be this afternoon, this evening, when the air is at its warmest south of I-20. And of course the flash flood threat will be high here for the upcoming days. So here's a look at your Robin's-Hood at FUTURECAST. It lines up well with where the rain is this morning. It does begin to shift some of the heavier rain down to the south as we go through the morning. May catch a little bit of a break from the rain across the I-30 corridor, but we are likely going to see these repeated rounds of rainfall continue through the day into tonight and for much of the day tomorrow as well. So sometimes we say it's not going to be an all-day rain. It's maybe an all-day rain for a lot of locations. We'll kind of be in and out of it a little bit, but more rainy hours than not rainy hours, and you see it just continuing through the day Tuesday. Maybe a little bit lighter at times tomorrow, since most of us will be in the 50s, but the air will warm back up a bit for many of us on Wednesday as a warm front lifts across the region before a final push from a cold front makes its way through late Wednesday into early Thursday, and that's what will finally begin to shut some of this rainfall off. So there's a look at our flash flood watch. It is for most of East Texas and Louisiana, also includes Columbia County and Arkansas, and the expectation here is we'll see about 4 to 6 inches of rain between now and Wednesday night in the watch area. This is our in-house model, which is I think handling the situation pretty well this morning. Even if you're outside of the watch up towards Idabel, Texarkana, you can still expect we'll see some 3 to 4 inch rainfall amounts, which will definitely be enough to even cause some flooding issues outside of the watch area, and of course those 4 to 6 inch amounts through Shreveport, Bossier, and potentially could see some isolated amounts even higher than that. So look at what we're expecting again as we continue through the week here. We have rain chances very high through Wednesday, and again no severe weather threat the way it's set up tomorrow with the cooler air in place, but a few strong thunderstorms, especially across our Louisiana parishes late Wednesday as that cold front makes its way in. We'll see that rain taper off Thursday morning. Should get some sunshine back Thursday, Friday. Looks like there is another disturbance this weekend that will roll in maybe late Saturday into Sunday. It's a long ways out, so having a hard time kind of fine-tuning the rainfall, but it does look like we may see some rain at some point next weekend with temperatures in the 50s and 60s for the next 7 days.